sports. It's in the game.
In the rave, shining bright, I hide my face. Trying to find a time and place, I arrive with grace. Life's a maze, I'm wide awake, we strive to find escape. And even in the silent escape, what you say goes is fate. Wait, I've seen this game before, but I play them all. Used to be close and now we waging war. Ways ignore, take the fall. Hear it in my cadence and the way I talk. Know some things will never change. Drowning in the downpour, surroundings are the same. Thought that I was grounded, all I found was my pain. Shrouded in the rain, same mistakes made again. Cause I was chasing the flame until it turned to ash. Burning packs, trying to swerve the fact. Heard the chat, whispers through the grapevine. Absurd, but I murmured back. Before it gets better, it gets worse. And that's the way it goes. Still on these paves, but I made them home.
is because you have to
Oh,
start
you are.
streaming
You're
in
live.
OBS. Yeah,
We're
I
live.
start
We're
streaming
live
through
right now.
OBS and then through YouTube and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we're live right now.
All right, bet. Hello everybody. Welcome to Tier 4. We're back again at Mexico this time, and then Testarossa said the race might be wet, so
Oh,
more fun
goodness.
for us.
Well, I just want to say this really quick. It's been a long time since I've been able to commentate. I did actually race not too long ago with MRK, but this is my first time doing a commentating race with you. Please, can we introduce ourselves really quick?
Oh, of course. Everyone should know me by now. I've been around for quite a while, on and off. My name's Kayla, Fanatic, K-Sizzle, whatever you want to call me. And joining me today is Mr. Militime.
Hello, hello. I know you guys also heard me in the commentator box before. And I'll tell you what, it's the first time we're going to do a commentating together, and I'm excited for that. I've been racing for a while. I actually am racing in Tier 2 today. I don't know about yourself.
Oh, no. I'm just just behind the box for me.
Just behind the box.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll be racing in Tier 2. And I'm excited to see what kind of racing we're going to see out of Tier 4 today at Mexico, because it is a very interesting, how would you like to say this? Compromising track.
Yeah. Could be a bit boring at times, but it should be a good one, especially if it's gonna rain. That's gonna make it even more interesting, especially with these guys down here. So we'll see what they can cook up for us today.
I mean, it makes it really complicated on this track on what kind of setup you want to go with, as we see some people going on the track right now. Like, do you want the higher downforce that's going to help you for sector 2 and 3, or do you want the lower downforce, that insanely long front stretch that they have at this Mexico Grand Prix?
And I feel like it's the hard compromise, right? I feel like most people are going to opt for the lower downforce just because they don't. I think it's like the most demoralizing thing when you're going down a straight and everyone's just kind of flying past you because you've got such a higher rear wing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing a lot of low downforce setups today.
You know what? I agree with you. Me personally, I prefer the little bit better of that's how to say this, a higher downforce.
Oh yeah, me too. I like to be able to make sure I'm stable in the corners, and then if I'm slow in the straights, it's okay. But I definitely prefer. I don't want to be flying around the corners, flying into the walls and stuff. So I'll definitely take that road.
This track, it eats so much tires up on this, especially through those S's, that I prefer a little bit higher downforce just to keep the car from blowing those tires off.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see some qualifying coming out right now. We got it looks like,
I think that's Rockin' Rowdy and the Red Bull is first. If I remember correctly. He changed his name on Steam, so it looks like it's Dead Body Man. I think on my end.
Yeah, Dead Body Man is what I see as well. So I think you're seeing the same thing. Now, I haven't been around Tier 4 a lot. I just moved across the country for my personal self, so I haven't been around MRL too much.
Gotcha.
So tell me a little bit more about what Tier 4, what do we expect? Who are our top runners? Who's the favorite? What are you thinking? What do you think we're going to see out of some of these drivers?
Well, at the moment, if I remember correctly, I missed last week, but I think Newbie is still the championship leader, if I remember correctly. I can pull up the standings real fast. Yep, Newbie is beating MRK by 4 points at this moment in time. So yeah, it's Newbie, then MRK.
MRK's in Tier 4. I forgot about MRK in Tier 4, and I race against him. He is a phenomenal driver. He has made some massive improvements.
Yeah, and I will say that the current top 4 in Tier 4 easily could be racing in Tier 3 if they wanted to. I'll just put that out there. But yeah, it's currently Newbie, then MRK, then JT and the other Mercedes, and John Does Work, the other. So it's basically a Mercedes versus VCARB battle in the Drivers and Constructors Championship at the moment here at Tier 4.
Nice. That's interesting to see. As you see, Jim Just Raged put in a 1:17.059. Not a bad time. I think we're going to see that drop probably about. Yep. See, as soon as I say it,
there they all go.
I think we're going to see that time drop pretty aggressively once the track warms up, especially if what you're saying it's going to rain potentially in the race. Everybody's going to be trying to put their best lap times in and trying to get higher up on the starting board, because I don't know if everybody else is listening. When you're on a rain start, you want to be as high up as you can, because behind it is just a bloodbath.
Yeah. You want to get the best start possible, and then especially if you're stuck behind someone that you know that you're definitely faster than, and you're just kind of stuck in these slower speed corners, and you just don't want to run into the back of somebody, cause an incident. You just want to you be as high as you can. So we'll see.
Exactly.
We'll see what the Mercedes can throw down. I don't know if they're on a lap yet. I think Newbie is actually. So let's see. He's got a little bit of track. He's got a couple cars ahead of him. But yeah, I expect the VCARBs and the Mercs to be on the front four, but you never know, we might have some surprises.
I got a feeling that whenever we see MRK go out there, he's going to put down a lap time. I don't know, this track is tricky. You can be quick. It can jump out and bite you, especially coming through those S's. You might think you're going to be on a hot lap, and you can easily throw it away. So 1:15.7 from Newbie right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, even John, like a tenth behind him as well. So yeah, they're really going for it. I think. Let me pull up the constructors battle. So yeah, the Racing Bulls or VCARB, whatever you want to call them, they're at 176 points, and then the Mercedes are at 200 points as of the last race at Hungary. So.
Oh, so we're gonna have a little bit of a championship battle on this race to see what we can get, especially if the rain comes out. This track is tricky as it is, and you don't want to potentially, if it is going to rain during the race, you don't want to see that happen.
And it's interesting too, because I know there's been like this debate between wheel players and controller players on this game in terms of tire wear, and it's funny because the Mercs are both controller players, and then the VCARBs are both wheel players. So we'll see who's got the master of the tire strategy.
Yeah, this game does not necessarily favor the controller players of what I've seen lately. It's a little tricky for them because, like you said, the tire wear is really aggressive.
Right, and especially on this track, from what I've heard anyway, the rears get eaten alive. So Newbie and JT, I know how aggressive they like to drive, so they're definitely gonna have to be maybe a bit more on the cautious side of things in terms of tire management. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I agree. As we're watching, I'm just on board with MRK right now. He's going through the S's through Sector 2, coming into Sector 3. He's looking really strong, burning all the battery he can, doing it smooth. How can he go through this corner? Beautiful execution. We're gonna see some low lap time out of him right now.
I know he's been putting the practice in, so.
I agree. Let's see what his lap time is gonna be right here.
And
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh, you smashed that time out the park.
Oh my goodness, a 1:15.3 versus your 1:15.7 for second place. That is I don't even know if I could beat that time.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. The top four could easily be in tier 3 and be very competitive if they wanted to. So, because some of the tier 4 poles have been quicker than tier 3.
I think that's going to be even up there flirting with a tier 2 time.
Yeah.
That's how fast of a lap that MRK just put down, ladies and gentlemen. That is
outrageous.
Sorry. I have been racing this game for a long time, and I don't even think I could touch that time. That was a heck of a lap from MRK, and that was just his first lap out there.
Yeah. Still got 9 minutes left, and we'll see if they can make any sort of improvements, because sometimes you use your first qualifying as like a basic run just to try and see, okay, should I use the battery here, should I save here, push here, kind of thing, and then learn from that. And yeah, obviously the track evolution. So
yeah, exactly.
So we just have to wait and see.
I think me and MRK are pretty similar on what we do normally. We go out there, we surprise ourselves with the first lap, and it's hard to answer.
Yeah. And you're like, wait, how did I do that? I don't think I can do that again.
Exactly. But we're going to see what else. We got Newbie going out there on an out lap. Let's see what else Newbie can bring. Actually, let's go down through the field. Who has not put a lap in yet?
I think it's Testarossa disconnected, so hopefully he's back in.
Hopefully. You hate to see that. I was plagued one season with disconnections. Constantly cost me the championship because of it. But here we go. We got Newbie coming out on starting his lap. If Newbie can answer to MRK's 1:15.3, he's not too far off the pace. He's about 5 tenths, maybe 4 tenths off. So we'll see what he can do. Coming in there, burning all his battery really nicely. Entering the first right-hander, left-hander. Looks like he nailed it, taking the curve like he should. And exits. Ooh, I think we're going to see if Newbie can put this together. He's looking pretty strong.
He's coming up to the end of the first sector, and he is, you know, he's up on his time, actually, by a tenth and a half, so purple on my screen.
He's going to need a little more. He's going to need a little bit more to catch MRK, but I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him. See if he full commitment right here. No lifting. Oh, he nailed it. Nailed it. Burning all the battery like he should. A little bit wide on that. Need to cut that corner a little bit more to get more time.
Oh, you have to cut a little bit too much, just as you said it. And, yeah, he's going to have to recharge and go again.
Oh, goodness. That's
Yeah, he
no
cut
fun right there.
the left-hand side just a little bit. Just a little bit too much. I thought it was just on the limit, but the game said no. Try again.
That's always this F1 game. No matter what year it is, you're trying to always flirt with how close you can get to that limit.
Yeah.
He got there.
Well, let's see JT. He's coming around to the stadium section. So I'm guessing he's going to go again. I don't see why not. Still 6.5 minutes left to go. So still plenty of time, but not too much time.
He's oh, sorry, that's his teammate. I don't even know how to say his teammate's name in the Mercedes.
Oh yeah, we just say JT because I think his old gamer tag used to be JTB Drippin', and then now it's JTB Drip.
JTB, I got it. I got it.
But he used to have a bunch of capitals in his name, so it used to be just it looked like when you're reading it from kind of first glance, it used to be JT Bed Rippin'. That's what it looked like at first, and then he changed it because everyone kept calling him Bed Rippin'.
Also, it looks like Cobb K is on a lap. He's a little bit down on it, only about not even a full tenth yet, but let's see if he can improve going through the stadium section right here.
As John actually improves up to P2.
Oh, wow. Good for John. That's a good lap. The lap that MRK put in is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's incredible,
like
honestly. That's what people were like, why is he down here in Tier 4? Because at first it seemed like Newbie was going to run away with it, and then the past few races, MRK has just been really, really on form, so it's going to be a nice little spicy championship battle here.
Yeah, it's like, as Bum says in chat right here, the tier system this season, off.
Yeah.
A little off.
Because it's always hard to judge based off your time trials sometimes. Some people put in a lot of effort at the beginning of the last game cycle, and then some people kind of take their foot off the gas, pun intended, a little bit, in terms of practicing and all that stuff. So it's always difficult.
You also don't know.
And all that, yeah. Because that was a big thing last game when 24 came out. With Shadow, everyone knows that's the MRL. With Shadow down in Tier 5, he was basically Tier 2 pace because he changed from a wheel to a controller, turned off all the assists, got so much faster in the span of like 3 months, and was smoking everybody. And they're like, how did this happen? I'm like, he put in the effort, and here we are. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, this game does not. It's not a you can hop in and just instantly be fast. No, you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
You have to do the practice. You have to do different leagues. You have to, put yourself out there. Get yourself into tricky situations. And also, while we were talking, and I know we were saying JTB, but JTB put in a 1:15.5, not far off of what MRK put down, and he might have enough time to go back out there and run another lap. I think he might be able to flirt with it. And you said he's on a controller too, which is pretty tricky in this game. It's gonna affect the tire wear during the race for sure.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think most of us that are on controller, myself included, are so used to all the games and all the races basically being, just a kind of a bland one-stop. And now it's like, a lot of the times, sometimes you can't make it work depending on your driving style. And you might not think, I'm not pushing that hard, but the way that you flick the stick back and forth makes it a little bit more tricky. So then a lot of the races ended up being two-stoppers, and which is a little bit out of our depth, so to speak. Or at least we're just not used to it compared to before.
No, for me personally, I've never did it on controller, so I don't really know. I've always had a wheel.
Yeah.
Whether it was a really old T150 or my newer Fanatec.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never raced on a controller, so I could not tell you the difference between those two. And going down to 8th place, Devin Byrne trying to put a lap in, it looks like, or coming on an in lap. Yep, as an in lap. Trying not to impede.
Yeah, Devin Byrne, he was I think he still is the reserve this season. He was one of those guys that was like, I'm faster than the guy that's in the main seat, so you should give me his spot. And then he reserved a few races and either caused incidences, had 15 seconds of track limit penalties, or was just dead slow. So we'll see if he's turned a new leaf, Mr. Devin.
One could hope. As we see, MRK is out on another outlap, and I don't know if he's going to be able to improve on that time, but it'd be insane if he does. Also, John Does Work is on an outlap right now, and we'll see him start his lap a little bit before MRK, and I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to put any dig out that he's got the pace.
Yeah.
I think he really does. As you were saying, the championship battle, look at our top 4 real quick.
Oh, yeah. Little nice alternating order here.
Gonna make it interesting on the start.
It's interesting because, especially because Newbie and JT are also like friends. I think in real life too, so it makes it a bit more of an interesting dynamic when it comes to the teamwork battle and all that. So
agreed. All right, it looks like John Does Work is starting his outlap, or starting his lap right now. Let's see if he can improve. See if he can flirt a little bit more with that top 2. I think he has pace. I've raced against John Does Work before. He definitely has that pace.
Yeah, and he's taken a big step up in qualifying pace as well, because before he was kind of like, qualifying, obviously I'll do the best I can, but the races where I'll really shine. So, and he's definitely made that improvement. So, yeah, hopefully let's see if he can get a shot at his teammate for pole position.
Watch his lap really quick right here. Good exit through that tight section. As he's down on his time, let's see what he comes through sector 2. I did not see what sector 1 was.
That's too busy yapping. I missed it. He's got a Williams in front of him. Ooh, and he spins.
He spins out. Oh no! Oh, you know he was pushing.
Yeah.
You know he was giving it everything he has. Let's hope it doesn't affect anyone behind him. It does not. Nobody was too close. But man, John Does Work was on a heater right there.
And MRK slightly down on his time in Sector 1. He also has a Williams directly in front of him, so we'll see if that halters him at any point, but he's coming through the S's now.
Yeah, it's one thing I've learned about this game is how hard Dirty Air is.
Oh, yeah.
They really cranked it up on this game, Dirty Air. It makes it really tricky to do anything.
And I know most people, they're not purposely impeding somebody. They're just trying to get through, and they don't realize, oh, there's someone actually behind me too. I need to kind of get on with it. Yeah, he's going a bit wide on the last corner. And again, maybe there was that Dirty Air, but he does improve.
He does improve
slightly, but he's done it. And here comes JT also down, coming towards the end of
Newbie
does it. Oh my god, I didn't even see him. I thought that was JT.
Newbie with Newbie with a 1:15.301 barely beats MRK out. These are some insane lap times we're seeing from Tier 4 right here. These top 4 drivers are cooking. I guarantee if John Does Work were able to finish that lap, he would have been up there too.
Yeah.
He definitely had the pace for it. He was giving it everything out. Obviously, he spun out. But I think this is what we're going to see for the race right now.
And JT actually stopped right before the line. I'm not sure if he was down on his time. I mean, I think if he was improving, he would have just gone for it, but he just slammed on the brakes. So now we're waiting for the last guy, Ted, to cross the line. Or is it Stryker? It is Ted. And there we go. Newbie fighting back to take pole position for potentially a rainy race here in Mexico.
Newbie, what a lap, buddy. All right, so we got Newbie, MRK, JTB, John Does Work, Cop K, Razor, I think that's how you say that, RZR is bad. Midnight, Declan, Ted, Devin Byrne, Vaughn, I don't even know how to say that name.
A lot of times we're just freeballing this. I think it's like Vaughn Lay or something like that. Vaughn Lee. Sage Vaughn is his Discord name, so.
And then Jim Just Raged, Great Ace, and Dead Body Man, which is not the right name. Apparently, I can't scroll down anymore. If you can read past 14.
Yeah, it was Villeneuve, Bredwardo, Great Ace, Testarossa, and Was it Stryker? Did I miss? It was another Haas. Somebody like that. Something like that, but here we go. JT said I need that toe. All right, buddy, go for it. Let's see it. Let's see it into turn 1.
Yeah, this track is a little toe dependent, I feel like, on that front stretch. But I mean, if you can make it up in the Brave S section.
And here's the rain. Oh, it is a downpour. I know that.
It's not just a little bit, it's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of it. Oh my. Well, I wonder what the setups are looking like then. That's supposed to put in all caps, mind you. It's fully wet, so.
I agree. I see that.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Tessarossa.
Make sure you put your rain boots on, buddy. You're gonna need them.
Almost to the point where they would red flag it. Yeah, exactly. Bum just says it as soon as I say it out loud. Bum says in the chat, red flag this race.
Yeah, the spray is too strong. No visibility behind the safety car. See you guys in an hour for another delay. Oh, is he ready up right away? Here we go. The lights are coming on.
Everybody looks like they're on the intermediates. Here we go. We're starting the race.
And off we go. We've already got some movement in the back. It's a little slow getaway from the Ferrari. And I had this nice long straight MRK versus Newbie at the moment for the P1 spot. JT tucks in behind his teammate, who's going to be Brave. MRK down the inside. It looks like Newbie's going to get that position done, as Razor gets a 10-second for ignoring yellow flags. JT getting pushed a little wide, little slide coming out. Oh my gosh, what is my camera doing? There's so much happening.
This is what we're going to see, in my personal opinion, that the wheel drivers are going to be a little bit quicker in this rain until this track starts to dry out. I don't know if it looks like it's going to rain for the whole race, but it's hard to tell. As you see, MRK's pulling away pretty quick right here with, Newbie's pulling away. MRK's in second. Newbie went in that first corner, by the way, hanging out the rear. Yeah. Just trying to get it to turn.
And JT's doing a little bit of a Tokyo drift here, but he was kind of pushing MRK a little bit through some of those corners. But yeah, I think now we'll kind of settle in a little bit and see what we can achieve here.
Let's see. Let me go through.
As John now is slightly fallen off the back of the front three, but he's on the full wet tires. So let me actually pull the tires up.
Is he on the full wet? He might be one of the only ones on the full wet.
Tires, yep, he is. And that's what I've seen. I've seen people debating, are wet tires actually worth it on this game? Because just like in real life, everyone just goes on the inters.
They are the quicker tire, but was the rain too much? Is that going to work for him at all?
I don't think so. He's already 2 seconds off the back of the top three, so yeah, I'm not too sure. We've already got some big gaps forming between, the front three have already kind of pulled away, even in the midfield a bit. 2 Haas cars have pulled a slight gap on the cars behind them as well, so
that's gonna a little bit of effect, if not be a little bit of a pulley, by the way, by the RBs, because it's gonna affect the pit stop. Oh, look, a little sideways there from Newbie. A little bit of a pit stop strategy too, because now you see Newbie and JTB are really close. I know I'm talking about pit stops a little bit too early, but that's gonna double stack them and really hurt them.
Yeah. 100%.
And if you look at John Doe's work in MRK, they're kind of splitting the gap a little bit, but it looks like John Doe's work is actually getting a little bit of pressure behind him by midnight.
Yeah, he's also on the full wet tires. He's made a couple positions up, passing Devin and Razor. Stryker leaving the session. That doesn't surprise me. He's been having connection issues for like 3 years now, unfortunately.
Like I said before, that was my curse a couple seasons. And Newbie, every corner, if you watch him, he is just hanging this thing out sideways, trying to get the speed. And JTB is putting the pressure on MRK.
And he's sticking his nose in every corner.
Exactly. Look how aggressive he is.
He really wants to get past him, but yeah, he's got his work cut out for him as he starts to dump the battery down the straight. Well, let's see. Will he have the overspeed? Going down to turn 1, it looks like he's got it. As they make a little bit of contact. MRK's gonna hang around the outside for the inside. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Really squeezed him there, but JT's got it done and dusted. So now he's gonna try and pull away from the RB if he can.
MRK is not gonna make it easy on him right here and not push the issue too hard because you don't want to lose that pace of Newbie right here. that's the biggest thing is I see a lot of battles happen when
yeah.
there shouldn't be a battle. When you're going to let that first place driver, first, second, third, whatever you want to consider it, run away from it. And you don't want to battle him too long because you're just going to lose all that pace.
Yeah, but he's struggling a little bit with the traction at the moment. So JT's already kind of pulled away from him. He's struggling to hang on here. So yeah, maybe when the rain kind of slows down a little bit, if it does, you know, maybe he can have a chance to strike back. But at the moment, looks like the Mercs are going to run away with it.
Potentially. I don't disagree with you on that one. They look like they have the most pace, for sure.
And even JT's already started to kind of eke into that gap that Newbie pulled in at the beginning, so we'll see. Maybe he's the faster Merc driver of the day. We'll have to wait and see. But there's a lot of squabbling going on in the midfield here. Actually, the upper points positions, as Midnight almost goes into the wall in the final corner.
Well, we got some good battles back here between 8th, 9th, and 10th.
And it's interesting because like everyone from 11th down are all on the wet tires, and then you got Ted and P10 on the inters. He's kind of pulled away from that back train a bit.
Well, you see when they start putting a little bit of heat into the track, the inters will be a little bit more preferred tire. But if they get off the track, I say that and I'm watching Devin Byrne just drifting this car around every corner, trying to keep up with one of the Moo Midnight is on the wets, and he looks a little bit more stable than everybody else in front of him. Maybe see a little bit of a charge, but I don't know, those wet tires, as soon as a dry line starts hitting, it's going to be really hard to keep up with those inters.
100%. And then it's just like, as the inter driver, you might be stuck behind them in sector 2, but you know, you gotta want to prioritize your exit at the final corner and just kind of give it full beans down the main straight. So
yeah, it's one of those, when it's wet, especially in these F1 cars, you tend to want to just put the power down and get around somebody, and you get a little overzealous.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised we haven't seen a crash yet.
Yeah, it was a good some good side-by-side action for the first couple turns, even all the way at the back. Yeah, so the only penalties I think is I don't know what Razor got the yellow with his yellow flag for, so I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe if he accidentally caused a collision or whatever have you, but he's got a 10-second penalty. But he's really going for John now on the inters. They're gonna go side by side here into turn 1, I think. Who's got more battery at their disposal? He actually backs out just as I say that. Boo! But yeah, JT slowly catching back up to newbies. Gained about 2/10 in the past couple laps or so. Before the gap was around 1.6. Now it's at 1.4. So I think newbies just taking it slow and steady. No need to really push too hard now that he's created his gap against his championship rival here. So, but Razor going around the outside of John with his Inter's tires. Can he make it stick? He can. He's got it done.
We can see a dry line starting to form, and that's really going to benefit the inner runners for sure. The wet tires, I don't know. I don't think they're that quick, and I think that's why John Does Work is struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, like you said before, this game does not really like the full wet tires.
Right. And now a Razor, who's finally got ahead of John, who was leading this this nice little train here, is now 8.8 seconds off the back of the front three here. So we'll see if he can make any inroads onto that, as Newbie now sets the next fastest lap. But he's going for it. Wants to create as much distance as possible, which would make sense, but obviously you don't want to kill your tires too quickly.
Newbie with a great exit down to that long straight right there, gaining about 2/10 just in one straight right there. That's impressive. I'm thinking he's running a little bit lower downforce because the speed he got, or he's just able to run in the wet a little bit stronger, because as you can see, his MRK has fallen off about 4 seconds back from the 2 leaders.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe he's hoping, maybe he's got a dry setup on, maybe the rain's gonna stop at some point, and he's hoping something will change in his favor potentially. But at the moment, it's not looking too great because the rain is still coming down.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you if it's going to rain this whole race. If it does rain the whole race, then it's not in MRK's favor.
Yeah.
But if it dries up, I think he's going to have a little bit more pace than these front runners for sure.
And I wonder how much they're burning their tires as well, pushing. Because the gap between Newbie and JT has increased, but with MRK and JT, it's stabilized. So maybe he's just, you know, doing the tire management game more so than like, oh my gosh, I gotta catch back up, I've fallen off.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you think they would do something like that to save their tires, or do you think they're just pushing with all they have and this is just the pace?
I think Newbie is pushing, and I think JT is also pushing, and I think MRK is taking it nice and easy now that he knows, okay, we're in our set positions at the moment, let me just take care of my tires, try and go long as possible, and see what we can do from here. Since, like we said, the dry line has started to appear. You can see it very clearly here down this main straight, so it's not looking too good for the wet tire runners, but you know, gotta cool those tires, get on those wet patches, and see what you can do.
You know, that's a hard thing to do, to keep that in your mind, that, hey, I don't want to overheat these tires, and down the main straight or whatever corner that you think you can cool them off. It's a hard concept because you're trying to run as fast as you can.
Right.
You're trying to push as hard as you can. You're not really truly, oh, maybe I should run in the little bit of the wet patches to cool these tires off a little bit more. I mean, it's just it's a fine balance. But right. I think I'm going to agree with you. The wet tires are falling off a decent amount.
Yeah, and K's really on the back of midnight here, so I don't know. I think it might, that crossover point is coming up soon. So we'll see who out of all the wet runners, who's going to be the first one to jump into the pit lane, potentially to change their tires.
It is a long race here. We got 36 laps of this race, so you got to be like strategic on your pit stops when you want to, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Especially if it does decide to, the rain decides to stop pelting down and decides to dry out. You don't want to be making 3-4 stops in a single race, because you just lose so much time that way. So,
not just that, we still have the possibility of a safety car, because we're in the rain. It always could happen. I mean, it's all up in the air. Strategy is so interesting on this new game. MRK is just holding about 4.5 seconds back. And Jonda's work has fallen 20 seconds from the lead back with those wets like we were just talking about. And I think those inners are going to start running them down.
And we actually got our first stoppers. We've got Vaughn in the pits for the Haas team taking off those wet tires. And Jim just raged as well for the kick. So there we go. Maybe we'll have to see what their lap times are looking like and see if anyone else decides, oh, maybe it's a good idea. Maybe I should jump with the pits too.
Yeah, I'm thinking the wet tires are not the call. I don't think the wet tires are ever really a call in this game, personally.
Yeah, I just think it just never stays. There's never that much standing water for too long enough to warrant putting the wet tires on. So it seems like the inters are always just the way to go, as Devin decides he's going to do a typical Devin and rack up as many track limit pens as possible.
See what John does work is at right now. He is right in front of a whole entire race pack, doing his best to hold on to it. As you see JTB putting in the fastest lap. JTB is trying his best to run down Newbie. No team orders right there. He's trying to run him down and pass him for that win.
I know Beto just lets them, who's the TP for Merc, just kind of lets them, you know, all right guys, do what you best, just don't crash into each other. So
that's always fun. No McLaren orders here, apparently.
No papaya rules or silver arrow rules, whatever you want to spin it. Let's see who else is jumping in the pits. Declan is jumping into the pits. Testarosa's in the pits. Anyone else behind them jumping in? Nope. But Von Lane Jim look like they're going to get the undercut on these guys. That decided, okay, I've had enough time for the inters. Jim is struggling a little bit with traction. But yeah, JT really running him down. Already 1 second, not even a second behind him now, so he's got the purple sector too.
And also, if you look back, it looks like AMRK saving those tires has been working for him, because he's dropped a full second in a lap and a half. He's down to 3.5 on the leaders.
I wonder if they're thinking if they're thinking about stopping soon, if that's why, you know, JT is pushing so hard. I'm kind of wondering what the game plan is here between these guys.
Yeah, I mean, because they're going to double stack if they have to stop. But it looks, like I said, MRK is down to 3.3. He is running these leaders down. Going to be a while. Going to be another 3 or 4 or 5, 10 laps around there for him to catch. But he is doing a good job as far as picking that pace back up and bringing it to those leaders. Wow, we're going to see a little bit of battle here. That dry line, it looks like the rain is calming down.
It is, yep. It's now gone to us from a deluge to a sprinkle, so...
Look at this, we got a battle for the lead right here.
JT,
now, can they do it cleanly?
I'm surprised that he's caught up so quickly and Newbie's not really retaliated, I guess, if so to speak.
If you come back down to P8 with Devin Byrne, we have a insane battle between 4 or 5 drivers right here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. I'm watching them. Oh, my goodness. How are they not? Oh, this is some tight battling back here.
Yeah, and Ted was so far off the back of these guys at one point. And, yeah, it's just the... Ooh, as I saw some contact between Devin and Cobb K. But, yeah, those wet tires definitely slowing down, obviously, them. But it's able to get Ted back into play here. I don't think he would have expected to catch them so quickly.
I think those wet tires are just falling off so hard.
Yeah, so Cobb K definitely needs to make a move as Midnight finally got past John. He was so close behind him for so long. But I'm guessing, you know, the teams are on the radios. Hey, time the box, come in. Why are you ignoring us? Get in here. Change the tires. This Ted now picks up a 3-second pen. But I'm watching Cobb K, so let's see if the other two decide to pit. They decide to stay out. Yeah, if I'm Cobb K, I'm pushing as much as possible on this straight. I need to get past these guys because they're definitely altering your race time. So, but yeah, looks like Cobb K's gonna go for it side by side. I think he's got it done and dusted. And there, he's up to P6. Now it's up to Ted and Devin to see when they can make their moves past John. But it's not going to be easy. Makes his car as wide as possible.
Just going through the rest of the field, it looks like we have Villeneuve, Berto, MRT, or Testarossa, Deacon, Jim Just Raged, and Vonel are the only people that have stopped so far.
Yeah, Vaughn finally got past Stryker and Rockin' Rowdy to create that nice little gap between the rest of those early stoppers. As Devin again with another 3-second. What is he up to now? My goodness.
Is he up to 6 seconds now?
He is 12, actually. So exactly what I said.
Say that,
yeah, 12
he's
seconds.
Running wide on a corner. Right behind this massive pack of racing. Oh, we got a car going a little bit wide.
And is he going to stick his nose in? Cobb K is going to, give him a little squeeze. It's tricky to go side by side here. It's very tricky.
It's tricky in the rain in general.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't take each other out right there. They were pushing as hard as they could.
And now we'll see who's got more battery going down this straight. It's like now he's seen a little mistake, and you've just got to go for it as we're
going to see a dive bomb right here for sure.
Ooh, it's gonna be tricky. Ooh, definitely outbrakes him, but he's gonna go a bit wide. I think he's gonna be able to hold it.
He's got it covered.
Yeah, good defense. Good defense from Cobb K. Now he's just got to run away with it.
I think he's got the pace. Maybe you'll see him run up. Maybe
here comes Devin. Devin looking to go around the outside as he outbrakes John. It's a little contact, nothing crazy. I think he'll be able to hold this though.
Better tires.
Oh yeah, and there he goes. He's off. Devin Burns with his 12 seconds of penalties is through, and John is now dropping like a fly.
John needs to get off those tires.
Yeah. If you're Midnight now, these two exactly, you see them. Okay, they definitely got the pace on us now. It's time to make a change because Cobb K's just float away.
You're dropping too much. You need to change those tires. You need to go back onto the inners.
Well, let's see what they decide as they come through the stadium section. Ted all over the back of Midnight. Oops, wrong person. There we go. Goes a little wide. Ted takes it a little cautious. And let's see if Midnight decides, okay, I need to get into the pit lane. Doesn't look like he's going for it. He stays out again. But they're just trying to hang on as long as they can. But Ted is going to get a great run out of the final corner. And he speeds on past Midnight. Well, I say speeds on past, but there he goes. Now he's through. And Ted has now improved up to P6.
Nice.
Yeah, and then going back to the front two again, still the same gap, kind of in each other's DRS. So, but yeah, MRK just kind of just chilling at the moment, I guess, for lack of a better term. But we've already got such a big gap between the front three, 16.6 seconds to P4. And even with the stoppers down at the bottom, 14-second gaps, 11-second gaps, so we'll see how it changes when all these wet tire runners decide, okay, I'll finally get off my my wets. It's just it was 4 actually. As MRK puts down the fastest lap.
I was about to say, yeah, look at him. I think he's starting to turn it up. Maybe he's been, like you said earlier, saving his tires, trying to do his best to get this going. But I mean, he's down to 3 seconds. He fought back once. Maybe he just had a great lap, or maybe the track is starting to dry up and favor him a little bit. I'm thinking the track is starting to dry a little bit. We still see some rain, nowhere near what we saw in the beginning. And that dry lines happen. As you see, MRK dove into the wet, trying to cool those tires off a little bit more. And I think it's going to help him out. I think in the long run, MRK is going to have some pace on these two front runners, but it looks like the front runners, I've just been watching them for the last couple laps. It looks like they've kind of also succeeded to not burn their tires up. As you see, back and forth.
Yeah, I'm watching, I just switched just now, I just saw it. Devin finally got past Midnight. Now improves. Let's see how many penalties he can get by the end of the race.
I'd say he's going to get another 1 or 2. John does work, still sitting back there on those wets. He needs to change those tires.
And now Striker and Rock and Rowdy have decided, okay, it's time to change, and there they go into the pits. Now we just got Midnight and John, the last men standing.
Yeah, I think John does work back here, and 9th now is only hurting himself staying on those tires. Let this be a lesson to everybody else in the other tiers. Wet tires do not work.
And let's see, MRK getting right in front of the 2 guys at the back that just came out the pit lane. Stayed out the way with the blue flag, so very nice. No potential trouble there. Because obviously when you're trying to race somebody else and then here come the leaders, you know, sometimes you don't want to cede your position, but, you know, gotta do what the game tells you, or else, boom, here comes a penalty coming your way.
Oh, yeah. This game, every game, I feel like, especially the last 2 years, have been very, very penalty heavy if you're not getting out of the way. Sometimes it's hard because you don't want to compromise your own race, too.
Right, exactly.
You don't want to slow down too much, but you have to with those blue flags. You'll get that 10-second real quick.
It's definitely mellowed out for quite a lot here, so
yeah, I was about to say, to be honest, everybody is like holding on pretty good. I don't see any insane dive bombs, insane battling. I think we need this to dry up a little bit more, but I don't know. The rain doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon, but this dry line is starting to really put some faster laps. As you can see, the top two drivers are dropping their lap times and pulling away from MRK still.
He's kind of like they're kind of holding him at arm's length distance a little bit. So it's like they know he's there, but at the same time, he's not like too much of a direct threat. So
the issue, I think,
who's gonna go longer, you know, for their pit stop, I guess.
The issue, I think, is with JTB sitting there in second, sitting in that dirty air constantly. His tires are going to go quicker than newbies because he's constantly sitting in that dirty air. He's been on his butt pretty close as they pulled almost another second on MRK. MRK must have had a little bit of a slip right there in that section. It's so hard to gain time, but like I said, JTB is just going to burn up his tires sitting behind him. Either they need to create a bigger gap, or he needs to put the pass on Newbie. I know they're trying to race fair right now, but it's just going to put a little bit more of an issue with pit cycles and everything coming up.
And finally, John and Midnight made their pit stop, and they come out now in 9th and 11th, respectively. So got undercut by Jim just raged, but he's on 8-lap old inters. So we'll see what John's pace finally looks like with fresh sets. JT goes into the pit lane now, and we'll see where he cycles out. Yeah, it's interesting for Midnight and John, like we've been talking about.
Ooh.
They've been
really slow stop from JTB.
Yeah, his car's gone from my screen. I can't even see where he is anymore. If I switch and go back, I'm just staring at the pit lane. There we go.
That's a little bit of a glitch from the game there, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. But he still comes out with P3, so no harm, no foul there for him. But yeah, I guess we'll see where... I'm guessing Newbie's going to stop the next lap, if I had to guess anything. Or this lap, I should say. But let me switch. So John got past Jim. And definitely going to try and improve and attack Midnight. But we shall see. We shall see. We still have to be cautious because it is still slippery out there. No one wants to go flying into the wall. As I almost stepped on my dog's foot. Sorry, dog.
Yeah, my dog's sitting in my room too. We're about the halfway point, and I'm curious to see if MRK is going to run a little bit long, because I'm thinking Newbie is going to come into the pits right now. There were just maybe a little bit of team orders. You go here. Nope, Newbie is not pitting. What about MRK? Is MRK going to come to the pits? Nope, nobody is pitting in the top two. I think that might affect JTB at the end of this race, or it might help him because that dirty air is so aggressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Newbie normally opts for early stops as well. Normally. So it's interesting to see him go as long as MRK, at least at the moment. So maybe he's improved his tire management. I'm not sure. Because we did see JT pushing quite a lot to catch up to him and stay within, DRS range, I guess, if you want to put it that way, within that 1 second gap. And again, like you were saying, sitting in that dirty air, eating up the tires for so long that, tires were probably about to explode, so it was time to stop.
Let's see. Let's go through the field really quick. As we can see, Newbie is in P1, MRK is in P2, JTB is in P3, Razor is bad, is in P4. We got Cobb K in P5, Ted in P6, Von Hell in P7, Devin Burns in P8. Moo Midnight. I just read this in the chat. Rest in peace, John and Midnight's strategy. I don't know if that's going to help him. Yeah, especially starting on those wet tires is probably not a good idea. John does work. Down at P10. He started P4, but he's on the intermediates. Maybe he can bring up the pace a little bit. Jim just raged. He's on the medium, or I'm sorry, the inners as well. Testarossa, Berto, Deacon, Great Ace, Villanov, Dead Body Man, which isn't the correct name, if you told me earlier, and Striker in P18. A lot of time penalties, a lot of issues, but everybody's playing nice today, it looks like, in my honest opinion.
Even with the side-by-sides, though, running people off the track or anything like that, it's just like, if anything, any sort of contact is, like a little bit of wheel bumping and nothing egregious. So, everyone's being behaved. It's nice to see.
While we're sitting here talking, by the way, and I ran down that order, MRK is down to 2.5 seconds on Newbie because he's been saving those tires. Down to 2.3.
Yeah, he's really going for it.
He's doing a long run. He has to. He's probably going to run for another 4 or 5 laps, and Newbie probably burnt his tires up. But is MRK going to have the pace to continue this after the pit stops?
Yeah, JT set the fastest lap of the race so far as well, so it's definitely going to have to worry about him at some point yet again, but yeah, he's eking into that gap a little bit. Normally, Sector 2, what we've seen so far, has been MRK's weakest sector. But yeah, he's really turning up a notch.
I think those tire advantages are him sitting back there, not pushing as hard as he can and saving his tires.
Yeah.
I think it's becoming an issue.
Yeah, he had a great exit out of the last corner as well.
Beautiful exit.
Gap is just coming down. Newbie's like, oh gosh, he's here. He's here now. Now I gotta really go for it. But hey, you know, the tire's got no more life in it. There's nothing much you can do. You're just a passenger at that point.
Let's see if there's any other action going on in this track. Everybody looks like they're pretty spread out. I got a couple cars back down here in 12th and 13th that are somewhat battling, but nothing too insane. Everybody is kind of settled into their positions, their pace, however you want to say it.
Yeah, like John and Midnight, I kind of go from the front two, then back to them, and John's kind of just still in that 1 second gap with Midnight still. So hasn't really been able to, you know, put as much pace down maybe as he might have wanted to. And now it's kind of just stuck.
Yeah, I think everybody's got. Oh, look at MRK down at 1.2. He is definitely faster through Sector 3. Look at that. I'm sorry, Sector 2, because the tire advantage, he's been saving them. Yeah, he's gaining some time. This is going to hurt for pit strategy. MRK's putting the heat on right now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if he can do anything with Newbie. It's so hard to pass. It's so hard to do anything, but he is. Looks like he's running the higher downforce as well, because if you look, he loses all of his time right there to Newbie down the front straight. Or was Newbie burning all his battery?
Nope. Yep, he just has a lower rear wing as he normally does. Newbie is kind of like Edge in Tier 3, where they're basically like a bullet at a straight line, so.
Makes sense to me completely. My question is the rain going to continue for the entire race? It looks like it's not necessarily letting up, but they put so much heat into this track and so much of this dry line.
Yeah, it's just a constant sprinkle. It went from downpour to a sprinkle, and it's just still sprinkling. So we'll see if it dries up enough that maybe we might see some slicks. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any slicks, unfortunately.
Boo!
I know, boo, the fun racing. I think if MRK can possibly, potentially keep his head on him and just focus on lap times and not chasing.
Yeah.
Not think about chasing Newbie. Think about every single corner. I got to nail this corner. I got to nail this braking zone. He might be able to run him down, but Newbie, as soon as MRK got close, Newbie pulled away from him.
Do you think that they're going to try and go the whole race without pitting?
That's not allowed, but they can do their best.
Because I don't remember if you can on the wets or not, but...
No, I think you still have to do one pit.
Okay.
In the chat, please, let us know. I am not the best at rules, but I'm pretty confident you have to do at least one pit.
Yeah, no, I always get the chat to help me out. I'm just here as an observer of the racing.
I'm pretty confident that the intermediates will not make it an entire race.
Yeah. I mean, if they do, then
they're
doing the Lord's work, if that's the case.
The tire whisperer.
Especially from Newbie, because yeah, like I said, I'm always used to seeing him stop very early in a lot of races and then doing 2 stops. So yeah, I'm very impressed so far.
Maybe we are not fully seeing what the weather's going to do, and the top 2, Newbie and MRK, are trying their best as Deacon gets another 3-second or a 3-second time penalty. Maybe they're trying their best to run out to when they think it's going to dry up.
Potentially, yeah. I wouldn't see why not if you've gone this long. Same with with Comp K2.
Deacon with a 10-second going into the pit lane, and he is retired from the session.
Called it a day. I'm not sure why. It's you know, especially from like a team principle point of view, you just want your drivers to just do the best they can, and to finish, right? Doesn't matter if you're in the points, if you're not, because especially now with the new system that they have in place, it goes to points down to P12. So, you know, yeah, anything can happen.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. That's like, if I were a team principal, I would just want my drivers to just finish the race and get all the laps in, because you never know what's going to happen, especially in the last few. I've seen cautions come out with 3 or 4 laps to go, and the whole race gets jumbled up.
Yeah, especially with people with time penalties like Razor with 13 and Devin with 15. But he made a pass on John, which is
so Owen Williams said in chat,
surprising.
you can go the whole race in wet conditions on 1 lap, tire depending.
Oh,
JTB is coming back, will be a factor. I don't disagree with you there, Magic.
Let's see, John's going to fight this back, though. I don't know if Devin pushed him off the track or not, but he's not letting this one go too easily. And John looks like he's going to make this one stick going down to turn 1. Let's see if Devin decides to dive on the inside. He opts to take the smarter move and sit behind him. I know I've seen some very Devin-esque decision-making by, you know what, let me just stick my nose in here and just spin us both out.
Overzealous, if you would.
Oh, yes. But here's MRK, who we've been talking about. I've been kind of just, while we've been talking, just chilling. Just my camera on him as he's slowly just, working his way back up. And yeah, here he is again. Keeping Newbie honest, shall we say.
Maybe MRK and Newbie are going to try to run this race because, like I said, apparently you can run the entire race in wet conditions on the 1 set of tires. Well, maybe MRK has been long playing this and thinking about saving his tires the whole time because he's gaining time. He was down to almost 8/10 behind him, but now he's back into it. He's definitely had the better tires.
And then my question is since JT stopped, right, and he is gaining on them very quickly, will Newbie try and just hold him up to let JT pass?
Ooh, I don't know if there's that well of team orders in Tier 4, but that would be insane if he does. That is a rough look at MRK. He's down at 5/10. I think he's gonna push for the lead here in a second. But the thing, oh goodness,
it's hard to say, right?
It's a better drive. This is interesting. This is coming down to a strategy play because you look at JTB, he's down to 6.9 seconds with the pit stop, with the fresher tires. There's only 3 people. It's Newbie, MRK, and Razor, or RZR, however you want to say it, that have not pitted yet in this race. That's insane, in my opinion, that these top runners have not yet pitted.
I'm just like racking my brain. I'm just thinking like, what's gonna happen now? As I've been like, I sit and ponder.
Yeah, because MRK's in that dirty air now,
yeah.
And I'm extremely interested to see this. I want to go back a little bit. It looks like Razor has pitted, and he's stuck in the pits right now. I think he's putting on the mediums, but he's stuck in the pit in my screen.
There we go. Now it's changing.
He's putting on the mediums. Razor put on the mediums.
Uh-oh. I was gonna say, I think the rain is going to stop, but I don't think it is dry enough, but he's gonna go for it.
Yeah, the rain is stopping. I think that's why Newbie and MRK were pushing for as long as they were. They're waiting for the track to dry up. Oh, we're going to see some interesting things here because the rest of the field is going to want to get off those tires.
It's not even sprinkling anymore. I see a drop or 2 on the screen, and now it's stopped. It's stopped. Yep, it's done. As Razor is sliding off the track. Hopefully he doesn't get a penalty for this, cutting the corners. Slow down a lot. He's good. But, Razor had to serve his 10 second. That's why he was stuck in the pits for so long.
That makes complete sense.
But yeah, now it's up to, but now what do you do if you're JT? Now it's like all that hard work you've done is just, boom, down the drain. And that's probably going to hurt a little bit, but hey, you're going to do your best and see what can happen because you've got such a huge gap to the cars behind, so there's definitely room to play with, so to speak, but yeah, we'll see when Newbie, I'm guessing they're going to pit on the same lap, so we'll see when he decides to jump in.
So I'm reading from Andy really quick. You can do a no stop in very wet conditions, not inner conditions, because, like we were saying, you'll overheat those inners too much. Which I agree with you completely on that, Andy. And Chazzy also said the rain is going to stop after the rain stopped. If the rain is gone, we're going to see some pit stops really quickly from the top 2 runners. And I think that's going to, unfortunately, kind of bite JTB in the butt because he's 4 seconds back and he's gaining a lot of time. But I think the track is dry enough now to go ahead and throw on some mediums, a short enough race. I don't know. Maybe somebody might even go on the softs. As you see, the two front runners.
As Newbie gets a 10-second. He gets a 10-second going to the pit lane.
He gets a 10-second. Oh, no. He's pushing too hard because he was... MRK did his job. MRK put the pressure on Newbie right there, and Newbie just made a small mistake because of that, because he knew he had to run as hard as he could into the pits.
Ooh, that's going to hurt. As Newbie puts on the hard tires as well.
That's interesting. Why would you go with the hards right now? But I don't know the tire wear. I don't know the deg on this track. Don't know. But as you see, JTB is going to run another lap on those inters, which is going to hurt him again in the long run.
Yeah, we have such a big gap to the cars behind. So they're 55 seconds off the back of the of MRK. So I'm seeing Cobb K. He finally made the pass on Cobb pit very early, or sorry, very late for another set of inters, and it just dried out. But he's able to keep his P4 at the moment. Same with Ted. They both opted to do another stop on their inter tires, and now they have to go back into the pits again. But they're gonna get undercut by all these other cars, I think.
I'm gonna agree with you. Mediums will last the rest of this race for sure. I think the front runners, if Newbie didn't get that 10-second, it would have been a really, really good battle between him and MRK. But MRK is sitting in a great position right now because he's running another lap, JTP, on those inners. Unless he's planning on going on the softs. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. Anyone in chat have any ideas? What if you're JT and you're staying on another lap? What are you thinking? What's going through your head right now? As Devin has retired from the session, I'm guessing
MRK with a 3-second.
Ooh.
I mean, that's not going to make too much difference in Newbie, but JTB, it's even harder in my opinion. He has to think about, I'm going to go on the softs. That's the only strategy I think that would possibly work right now.
I'm not thinking I'm brain dead, says Chatsy.
Welcome to the club. Yeah, this is... I know MRK has that 3-second time penalty, but Newbie has a 10-second that kind of resets MRK's clock, and maybe he can push even harder.
And when JT does pit, where do you think he's going to filter? Obviously, I think it's just going to be behind them, but do you think he'll be able to still be in that 3-second range?
That's tough. With the amount of laps to go, if he puts on a good tire like softs or even mediums, unless he has absolutely insanity pace, I don't think he's going to be able to run them down. He's kind of put himself in a box now.
Yeah.
He's kind of... hopefully he pits right now. It's the only decision I think would make sense.
And
he does,
there he goes,
as he goes into the pits.
And the hard part now for the, for Newbie and MRK, they got all these back markers in the way, which is gonna kind of up the stress level a little bit. But JT, yeah, he didn't lose as much time as I'm initially thought by staying out as long as he did on those inters.
I'm gonna agree with Magic right there. Yeah, he didn't lose too much time, and now he's gonna have the better tires for the end of the race. But the colder conditions make those tires last a little bit longer. Not a lot. I'm saying like half a lap.
And so yeah, with Newbie now with what I think he's at 13 seconds of pens, and now he's got these back markers in the way. Is he gonna try and back up MRK if possible to see if JT can stay in that 3-second range?
I mean, he's close. He's close.
He's got this kick in the way. Oh, is that Jim? Yes, Jim just raged in the way. His DRS is now enabled. He's going a bit wide. Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle. Because now he's dropped off the back of Newbie here.
I think I'm gonna agree with Magic here. I think JTB is in a great position. Unless MRK can do some magic right here, because he needs to catch up. I think we're going to see DRS come back online here in a little bit.
I think it's on right now as Racer gets a 10-second, but I think Newbie is going to get DRS off the Ferrari. I think it's Great Ace. As he finally pulls out on the inside out of the way. Let's see if he does get it. I don't know. He does. Yep. He has DRS now. Yeah, what a little spicy end to the race here. There's a few laps left to go.
Everybody's starting to get a little bit closer back here in the backfield from about, let's say, a 10th back. We're going to see, we got a good group right here. Some interesting racing is about to happen back here. They're trying their best to get that last couple points.
Yeah, Grady's now pulling out of the way. He was really close to the back of Razor, who just came out the pit lane, made a little bit of a mistake, went wide. And that's what we were talking about before. Like you're running your own race, and then here come the leaders, and you're getting blue flags in your face when you're trying to race somebody else. So, just wrong button.
Newbie is cutting the track a little hard. I'm pretty sure you got a warning right there.
Yeah, he's probably pushing as hard as he can. MRK kind of stuck, timing-wise, in the middle of both of them. But yeah, JT still now needs to get past the Ferrari and the Alpine that are currently hampering his progress, but should get DRS off of them for the main straight. Yep, Grady's getting his 10-second pen, not getting out of the way in time.
That's the issue with this game. Like I said, I know you're trying to run your own race, but you have to get out of the way.
Yep, and now let's put him back. It's 13 seconds of pens. Though Eduardo potentially could have a chance if he can pick it up a little bit. Could get the last points position. We shall see. But Razor not getting blue flags. He's going off the track. Needs to slow down just a little bit, and there goes JT, and now he's good to go.
Looks like, by the way, MRK and Newbie are pulling about a 4-second. I mean, MRK is about 2 seconds behind, but they pulled about a 4-second gap on JTB, which, if the race were to end right now, that means MRK would be the winner, but you never know what's going to happen. You never know if the safety car is going to come out. Come back down to Comp K. Look at I just want to say this really quick. Look at the pace of these top three drivers. They're 52 seconds.
In front of everybody else.
Comp K and JTB.
Yeah.
The pace that these front runners have had is absolute insanity.
And yeah, this didn't help, especially with Cobb stopping again right before the track dried out enough to put the slicks on. So yeah, I think it was 3 laps. He had 3 laps on a second set of inters, and then had to go back in to put mediums on. So definitely didn't help him.
This track is warming up. This track is warming up. We're seeing MRK put a fastest lap, and JTP said, "Nope, that's mine," and took it right back.
Yeah, because he's got a chance to win here if he can stay within 3 seconds, which he's doing a great job of at the moment. So there's a few laps left. No mistakes. He's got to keep it clean.
I think he's close. He's going to probably be pushing it as hard as he can right now. And he's on the better tires, I would say. He pitted only, 2 laps, I'd say it was? Chad, was it 2 laps?
So yeah,
1 lap or 3 laps?
I think it was 2 laps, something like that. 2 or 3 after they did. So he stayed out on those inters, and we thought maybe it would bite him in the ass, but he's doing a great job.
I don't think it is. Somebody else said in the chat before that he didn't lose that much time staying out for those 2 extra laps on those inters, and I'm going to have to agree tenfold. MRK is doing everything he has. He needs to get in that DRS with Newbie in order to keep that time difference. But how hard is he willing to push? How many?
I don't know. I think Newbie is kind of leashed him at the moment. As JT almost spun out into the pit wall there, but still managed to get the fastest lap. But yeah, you can tell he's pushing really hard.
Mr. Titan, it is me, C. Miller, and please announce yourself really quick.
The best MRL racer in history. I'm a fanatic. We are the 2 people doing the comms, and I apologize. The one with
doing a great job.
The one with the dog cam. We're here for a good time. We're a good time, not a long time. I literally woke up 15 minutes before we had to get on, so.
I was about 30 minutes prior as well, so.
Sorry, guys.
So my sleep schedule's a little messed up, but MRK still sitting back there about 1.6, doing what he can, but JTB, he got close for 1 second. He was burning time down, but he's back to 4 seconds. Maybe MRK is sitting back there not to get that dirty air, or maybe he can't push as hard. I don't know. As we see, we have a car.
It's a Ferrari.
Right here.
It's Great Ace. Spun on the S's. All good to go. No problems there. But I saw John got past Testarossa. And he's now improved up to
fastest
P7.
lap on those hard tires. Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think the
laps
hards
to
were
go.
gonna work. I thought it would just be, you know, mediums to the end here.
Get another
As,
car.
I think it's Breduardo. Yeah, Breduardo. He was looking good to potentially get into the final points spot, but 2 spins now. Those tires are probably hot as heck.
Got to clean this because there's a bunch of people coming behind him. Hopefully this is clean.
It looks like he's all good to go. Safe and sound. Yeah, just what, 3 laps left?
3 laps left. It looks like MRK is sitting about. He maybe backed up the pace a little bit because he dropped a second that lap. Maybe he's just trying to keep it in the clean air because JTB is falling pretty hard right there. Bardo with the 10-second speeding in the pit lane.
And will he retire? That's the question. Normally, if I see someone go into the pits and they get a penalty, they just call it a day. But it looks like he's gonna keep
Going
going.
on a new wing and then do his best.
Oh,
Don't
never mind.
disagree with that.
Never mind. He retired.
Oh, as soon as I said that.
Called it a day.
If I was a team principal, in all honesty, you never retire.
I was
You
say his
always
team
finish the
principal
lap.
is racing right now, currently in P4. So
Yeah, let's give Kopke a little bit of a kudos right here. A rough race for him, but he's sitting up there pretty good. He's battling against Vaughn on the softs, by the way. I think I said that wrong. That was a lap car.
I think that's Striker. I think it's Striker and Rock and Rowdy's coming up too. But yeah, Testarossa still behind John. Still,
Coming up.
it's kind of hanging around there.
JTB could not cover the distance. He's 5 seconds back from MRK. MRK is just doing everything he can not to get any time penalties, not to do anything weird. Because it looks like it's going to be his race if nothing happens, but it shouldn't at this point in the race.
And we'll just see if JT can keep it clean. So he's had a couple issues, especially like on the last corner with traction, just getting a little too greedy on throttle. But yeah, on my end says that he's still in his 3-second pen range, so potentially take this win with both hands. But Newbie's still pumping in the fastest laps on the hards. I wouldn't have thought that, but he's making it work, and he's doing a great job.
Ooh, I definitely want to interview MRK after this. I'm just curious what his thought process was on this entire race, because all he needs to do is keep this thing clean. He's 5 seconds ahead. I just want to know. I know he's with JTB is still within the range, so if MRK makes one little slip up, that's all it's going to take.
Yeah, here comes Newbie, and he can cruise to the finish line if he really wanted to, but yeah, he's got that fastest lap in his pocket, so
qualifying speed right now. What we're seeing from Newbie.
Down to the last sector here. He's got purple sector 2 on my screen. Let's give it full beans coming up to the final corner. But yeah, he's had a great race. Unfortunate speeding penalty negated that win for him, but he'll come across the line in just a second. Crosses the line,
I think
P1.
JTB is going to take this. I think
so too.
I think he's going to.
And he's done it. Yeah, he's done it.
JTB is taking the win. MRK, no. JTB takes the win with the time penalties. MRK was second, Newbie in third. Kopke is wow. That's how far in front.
Yeah.
These leaders were.
The 10th place is lapped. So here we go. Cobb K
Cobb
is gonna be
K.
fourth, but he's so far behind. Coming down to sector
That
3
is
now.
insanity. Congratulations to JTB. That was an interesting pit strategy, and it worked out for you. I was looking at the wrong times myself, personally.
Here comes Cobb K. I don't even know where Cobb K started. I don't remember. It'll show up later on, and I can take another look. But Cobb K is gonna come across P4 and Von Lay in the Haas. 6 seconds of pens, doesn't matter. He's P5. Ted leading John Does Work and Testarossa. He's gonna fall back a little bit from P6 with his 6 seconds of pens. And then we just gotta wait for midnight. Coming across the line now in P9. And there you go. There's your Tier 4 Mexico Grand Prix. JTB taking the win. Congratulations. Yeah, that was a good one. We had the rain, which I always like seeing. It's more fun to kind of watch the interesting strategy calls as we saw. Testarossa, the home hero, unfortunately didn't get the result he may have wanted, but hey, still points. As yeah, look, you got driver of the day too, Testarossa, so good job. The fans will be cheering your name all day. But let me run through the order here real quick. So we got JT taking the P1 spot from MRK Newbie, your podium finishers. Then Cobb K, Von Lay, John Does Work, Testarossa, Ted, Midnight Killer, Razor is Bad, Grey Ace, Jim Just Rage, Villeneuve, Striker, and we scroll down. We got Rock and Rowdy, Bredwardo, and Devin Birds, and Declan that did not finish. So, this is where we're at. Good job to everyone that participated, and even better job to those that actually decided they wanted to finish the race. Tut-tut to the ones that retired early. Bad eggs. But, yeah. Let me see.
Well, I just want to say thank you for bringing me along on this one. I didn't do the greatest job commentating this time around.
No, we go for vibes here. Everyone knows that when I'm in the box, it's just vibes.
Nah, that was a fun race. That was
if they want like good insight and stuff like that, they're going to like Tier 1 with Punju, who knows all that interesting stuff. But
I just want to give kudos to JT.
Hiding a bit, and I had to cut some corners because the oversteer was so bad on those conditions, and I did not. I was trying to stay behind him because I know he was on hard, so I was trying to overtake him as soon as the DRS is enabled. So I was overdriving on those conditions, which led me to make those mistakes and get one more warning.
Makes sense.
Indeed, but yeah, I think you guys have fun watching us going around. It wasn't fun. There was not much action going on, but
well, good race, MRK. Anything else you want to add to it?
You mean me or Kayla?
No, you. Yeah. I'm chilling. I'm listening. I'm observing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's still, P2, still not bad, right? I'm still a podium, obviously, and it's kind of getting back into to newbies leading the championship. So, like we were talking about before, I think we were talking about not last week, but the week before. It's gonna go down to the wire, I think, between you guys, or even just like the Mercs and the VCARBs together. So.
I think so as well. I think also. But congratulations to GT. He drive a race without any issue for once. He didn't get any track limit. I was thinking he will get the first one to get penalty, but it's ending up being me and Nubi. But yeah, he is quick on the condition. So congratulations on him. And then Nubi, I guess, yeah, it's gonna go down to the wire. Now the gap is 1 point between me and him. So we have 4 or 3 more laps to go. 5 more laps, 4 or 5 more track to go. So yeah, it will be fun until the end.
Well, congratulations again, and have fun doing Tier 3 with Cobb K, I think, if I remember correctly. So
yes, ma'am.
And now you can see where you're going to be at next season.
Yeah, pretty much sure I'm going to be at least Tier 3, and Tier 3 is high enough, I think so. Let me be there. But thank you, boys, for holding up. I'm looking forward to rewatch what you guys were talking about, and I'm sure it was a fun watch. So thank you, and congratulations to GT once again.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring JT in here.
Let me click and drag. There we go. Mr. JT, can you hear us?
Hello.
How's it going? How do you feel? Race winner.
I'm a bit stutter shocked, but yeah.
I mean, I think probably, I guess maybe everyone's question is, how are you feeling after you did your second stop? You were gaining, or sorry, your first stop, you were gaining time on the front two, and then all of a sudden the track dried out again. What was kind of going through your mind?
Honestly, I knew I was gonna catch up, be close, but when the track started drying, I was like, that's my race done. But then I had a different league a few days ago that the same thing happened. It just stopped raining and it didn't dry up, so that kind of helped. So I just stayed out, and I had a few people telling me that it's not ready, and yeah.
There you go. And then boom, race winner.
Yeah, I was a little interested on you running as long as you did on those inters. I wasn't really necessarily ready to see how much you were going to push those inters, but obviously it worked out at the end. You were able to hold on to that car, and you didn't lose that much time. What was it like, those 2 extra laps on those inters?
One of them, I almost crashed on the front stretch into a barrier.
Yeah, I remember the last corner, it got a little loose, and I was like, oh no, he was at the pit wall.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit scary, but I kind of just kept my cool and just kept pushing.
Good. That's good. It's good to hear. That's a lot of things a lot of drivers don't do, is keep their head on their shoulders properly. So that's awesome from you, JT. I'm super happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, anything you want to add for us? That was like my main question for you, but yeah, I'm just very pleased to see you finally on the top step.
Yeah, I guess if I have something to add, I guess it'll be a 3-way battle for the championship, not
Yes, sir.
just a 2-way battle.
Well,
But thank you.
No worries.
keep pushing in.
I will.
Keep doing those strategies like you just did on this race, because I was impressed. I did not think that was going to work, and it worked for you. So keep doing it.
Thank you. Have a great rest of y'all's day.
You too, man.
Peace.
Right, and there we go. Tier 4 done and dusted. I enjoyed having you here with me, so I'm not so lonely all the time.
I appreciate it. Next week, I should be a little bit more, maybe I can run one of these commentators, but I definitely appreciate you having me here.
Of course. Yeah, like I said, it was like a last minute thing. I was like, oh wait, I have a buddy. Yay! So yeah, appreciate having you here. And yeah, I actually don't even know where we're racing next time. Let me actually pull up the schedule. Because like I said, I go off vibes. So we're actually at Vegas next week. So, yeah. Yeah.
Vegas is one of the most trickiest tracks.
Yeah.
And please join us next week for some carnage.
Yeah. And we will see you all then.
Definitely one of the hardest track.
Yeah. Won't be fun for the drivers, but it might maybe be a bit more enjoyable for us. But yeah, thank you, Miller, for jumping in. And everyone, make sure you go watch Tier 3 with MRK and COBK. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Toodaloo.
Right. All done.